today discuss air and atmosphere. Air is present all around us as well as inside our body. Air has mass and occupies space. You cannot see air, but we can feel it. For example, the movement of light, the feeling of air. The air protects from our body, that is the human or animals, the ultraviolet radiation of the sun. Okay, and the help of the living things for the atmosphere. Okay, the some composition of the air. Composition of the air: nitrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide, inert gas, water vapor, other like dust and smoke. The percentage of the component of the air, that is volume of the percentage, that is nitrogen 78 percentage, oxygen 21 percentage, carbon dioxide 0.03%, inert gas 0.9%. Next, the water vapor and other like dust and smoke, no fixed percentage in the air. It is the variable percentage in the air in the earth's surface. Some discuss the component nitrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide, inert gas, water vapor, like dust and smoke. Nitrogen. Nitrogen is the most abundant gas in the atmosphere. It is colorless and odorless. It is required from the basic building block of all proteins in living organism. Next part of the abundant is the oxygen. It is chemically reactive gas. All the living organisms such as fish, animal, insect, birds and human beings breathe in the oxygen. Oxygen is required by all living things to survive. The next important part in the oxygen is atmospheric during the process of photosynthesis. Carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is the most important part for fooding of plant. That is, the prepare the food. That is, the role of the green plant prepare their food using carbon dioxide from the during the photosynthesis. Increase the temperature. That is, increase the carbon dioxide of the earth. This condition is known as the global warming. Inert gas. Inert gases are the group of gases that are non-reactive and stable. These are also called noble gas, like argon, krypton, xenon, radon. Okay, argon, krypton, xenon, radon are mostly used of the advertisement, signboard, lamp, etc. Most important part of the radon, the radon is used in the treatment of cancer. It is the medical purpose use. Water vapor. Water vapor present in the air in particular place is known as the atmospheric humidity. Okay. Water vapor keeps the air cool and is also a part of water cycle. And the formation of cloud and acts as an important source of water for all living things on the earth. As a result, water vapor is also responsible for the climate change. Okay, some difference: respiration and combustion. Respiration, this process takes place only in the living cell and under the biological control. Combustion, this process would not take place in the living cell. Respiration, variety enzymes are involved in this process, but combustion, there is no involvement of enzyme in this process. Respiration, this process takes place within the body temperature of our organism, but the combustion, this process takes place at the high temperature. Expiration, this is the slow process, but the combustion, it is the rapid process. Okay. Next difference between the combustion and rusting. Combustion, this process takes place at high temperature. Rusting, this process takes place at low temperature. Combustion, this point, that is second point, is the same property of combustion and rusting. Combustion, this process, that is required the presence of oxygen and an oxidation process. Rusting, the presence of oxygen and is an oxidation process. Combustion, that is the third point, is difference. Water will prevent the combustion. Rusting, water is essential for rusting process. Combustion, it is a very rapid process. Rusting, it is a slow process. It is a very slow process. Okay. Combustion, this process occur in a variety of materials, but the rusting, this process occur in the materials associated only with the iron. Okay. The combustion, this process, the energy will be released during this process in large amount, but the rusting, the energy of heat will be released during this process gradually in small amount. Okay. Now particular explain the rusting. Iron objects gets covered with the radius bound sticky substance when their substance gets exposed to air and moisture for a long time. Object is known as rust. The process of formation of the presence of moisture and oxygen in air is called rusting. That is, iron Fe plus oxygen O2 plus water H2O from rust. The formation of rust hydride ion oxide formula Fe2O3 XH2. X means the no particular molecule of water. Next condition for the rusting. The presence of oxygen and water is necessary for the process of rusting. The method of prevent rusting. Rusting may damage bridge, ship, etc. As these are made of iron, rusting should be prevented by stopping iron objects from coming in contact with moisture and air. This is done by following any of these methods: painting, electroplating, applying grease, oil, galvanization, alloy formation. Explain the painting. A layer of paint is applied to prevent the metal from coming in contact with air or moisture. Electroplating. Electroplating, the process of coating iron object with metals that do not corrode, is called electroplating. Metal like iron, nickel, and chromium are used for electroplating, which prevent rusting of iron. Applying grease or oil. A layer of grease or oil is applied on metal to prevent from coming in contact with air and moisture. Galvanization. The process of coating iron objects with a thin layer of zinc metal is known as galvanization. Zinc is a corrosion resistant metal, hence it prevents rusting. Alloy formation. Iron is mixed with corrosion resistant metal like nickel and chromium to form alloys. Stainless steel is one such alloy. It is rust resistant, hence it is used for manufacture cooking substance. Atmosphere. A thin layer of air surrounds the earth. This blanket of air is known as atmosphere. The atmosphere protects the Earth from the harmful ultraviolet radiation of the sun. It is about 480 kilometers thick. The atmosphere is made up of five layers, that is, troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, thermosphere, and exosphere. Explain the troposphere. It is the layer closest to the Earth's surface. It extends up to 17 kilometers from the Earth's surface. The cloud that we see appeared in the troposphere. As the altitude increases, the temperature of this layer decreases. Stratosphere. It is lie above the troposphere from 17 to 50 kilometers from the Earth's surface. The ozone layer is a part of the troposphere. The ozone layer is an important, very important layer as it protects living things on Earth from the dangerous, very, very dangerous ultraviolet ray of the sun. Mesosphere. It extends from about 50 to 85 kilometers above the Earth's surface. Mesos burn in this layer and you see them as shooting stars. As the altitude increases, the temperature and pressure of the layer decreases. Thermosphere. It extends from about 85 to 500 kilometers above the Earth's surface. Satellites and International Space Station orbit the Earth is the layer. Exosphere. It is the outermost layer of the atmosphere, that is last layer of the atmosphere. It is a present 500 kilometers above the Earth's surface. Temperature are very low in this layer. It is the very low temperature in this layer. Importance of the atmosphere. Atmosphere helps to maintain a suitable temperature on Earth of the organism body. Without the temperature, no living thing in the Earth's surface. Without the atmosphere, our planet would be extremely cold. It also supports the water cycle, as it carries water vapor and formation of cloud and rain occur here. Next video explain the question answer based on air and atmosphere. Thank you, my dear students.
Girl about a 10. I should fuck her in the pants.